internet, and welcome back to the live stream. It is Friday the 19th of July 2019. Today I'll be live for 49 minutes. 49 minutes. This is a good timing, isn't it? I like 49. It sounds good. It's higher. It's one less than 50. It's great to be back. I've been missing, you know that. And I told you at the beginning of July that I would have to take some time off. And that did roll out the last, was it 4 days in total? I think I streamed. So I streamed the day that we left to go where we went, which I'll get to in a minute. But I couldn't stream the day we arrived back because it was too late to start the stream. But I think 4 days in total. I think that's what I ended up missing out on, and it kind of sucks. But I did say that this whole July thing, if it rolls and it fits with what I'm doing, then I'll be able to do it. But I knew that there was I already knew before I started July that I couldn't make these middle days. By the way, July, if you're new here and you're not sure what July is, it's live every day in July. And this is a concept created by Danny Black from the channel Where is Danny Black? I've posted a linky poo to him in the chit chat. Go and check him out. Mind you, he's not doing the July on YouTube. He's doing it on Facebook, but you'll be able to follow through the pattern to find him. Wow, I'm pumped to be back. I've missed out. I've missed out on July. I've missed out on a wave a day. I've missed out on D Live. The only thing that I've been doing is relaxing, holidaying, and doing my daily vlog. But it's, you get into a pattern, you get into a mold, and you kind of, for me anyway, being half German, if that pattern or that mold gets swapped out, it just really messes with my head. So the last 4 days has been totally unwinding and relaxing and boozing. And we'll talk about what we've done in that time as well. We've done some pretty cool stuff. Did some urbexing, could you believe? Right, well, let's go back up and have a look at the chit chat. Hey, who's in the chat? Who's playing here? So we have up there on the platform, XX Junior Pro XX. Now that is a handle I'm not going to be able to say every time, just saying. I'm going to call you Junior from now on, Junior. Junior, good to see you in the chat. And Northrop MJ Mindy up there at the top. And he's about to wait 11 minutes. Junior says, I remember when he had 14k subs. I think, I'm going to hazard a guess and tell you're talking about me there. But I remember that as well. And I'm back from holidays. So we have further down, looking into the chat, Tim jumped in, hi all. Then they chit-chatted amongst themselves. GoPro Stock in the house. G'day GoPro Stock. How you going, man? Looking further down, Travel Jet Setter. Hello from Fort Lauderdale. How's the job hunting going there, Travel Jet Setter? I hope everything's going well for you down there. I know you're making a move. Johann Sebastian son. Hi everybody. Nice to see you back here, man. I got to be honest. I thought no one would be here this morning because I didn't even tell you about this. I just came in and started streaming. But you already knew that I'd be back at the same time, but you weren't sure when. And I'll be honest, I wasn't 100% sure either when I'd be back. So, Tim's got his coffee on the boil already. It's me, Jonah, in the house. G'day, Jonah. How you going, man? Good to see you back. Hamish Ferguson. Hey, Hamish. How are you, buddy? Brizza Ramirez. Hello, do you remember me? Brizza. Yeah, we remember you from last time. You kept asking everyone to go to your Instagram. I pray you don't do that again. But good to see you back here, Brizza. And Faffy Day. G'day, Faffy Day. How you going? Happy Canadian in the house. Oh, I've got to watch your brewing. Happy Canadian brewed a homebrew, and I'm interested in homebrew, so I've got to go back. That's the thing. What have I missed while I've been away? We'll open that up to the chat in a minute, but I've missed so much. I haven't. So we'll get to that. Everybody's saying the hello. Yeah, okay. GoPro Stock had the bell clicked. Well, GoPro Stock, this cheers is for you, man, for clicking that bell. Jetmax, g'day, Jetmax. How you going, buddy? So I guess, look, so what we'll do first. First of all, there is no wave a day. There's no super quick wave a day. And there is no outdoor man with a van. Because I've been away, right? So I haven't had a chance to do anything. So today's stream will be talking about what I've been doing, where I've gone, and I want to find out what I've missed from all you that have stayed here, or there, wherever there is, right? You guys haven't, unless you've been vacationing as well. What have I missed on the YouTubes? What have I missed on all of the social platforms? I hear this face app is popping. I watched a Philip DeFranco show last night where he talked about how this app might not be as legit as it seems because of the terms of service, but we can talk about that as well. Looking back in the chat, the sound when you hit the glass on the mic, yeah, that's a great cheers sound, isn't it? I do this on DLive. Whenever someone comes new into the chat, I give them a cheers. It's nice. It's a nice, thick, dull, g'day cheersies. I gave you a special shout out. Well, I've got to go back and watch that, Happy Canadian. I'm pretty keen to see it. Is this a new song? No, not today, Johan. Mark Ensby in the chat. G'day, Mark Ensby. How you going, man? Good to see you back here. Faffy Day. Everyone's saying hello to Mark. Did you bring us all back souvenirs? Says Tim. Not really. But I want to open this up to, how do you spell red? Brizza. Not sure what that means, but anyway, I wanted to talk about some stuff that went down on this vacation. First of all, let us go and have a look at where I was because, well, maybe you don't know where I went. So this is this is the reason this happened as well. My sister, bless her cotton socks, she just said, I know you've got your waiver day for July, and I know you're doing July, but is there any way you can not do a few in the middle because I've booked this family holiday? You know, the kids are getting sort of older, and she's thinking they're not going to want to come away with the family in a couple of years' time when they're, you know, when they're teens and doing their own thing. She said this may be the last family holiday we can kind of book, and I've booked it middle of winter. Potential for snow falling in this place we're going to, and this is the location we went. It's called Oberon. Now, where Oberon is I'll drag this handle out so you can see. Oberon is landlocked center, western plains of Sydney. So there you got Sydney there, and then from out of Sydney. And by the way, we're playing here in Australia, on the east coast of Australia, for those wondering. Australia being the land down under, the globe of the planet Earth in the universe of you know where. But yeah, so the idea was that we might catch some snow on the way. Now, just out of curiosity, oh, you can't see my mouse handle on there. That sucks. Anyway, a little further from there, I can drag this guy out. Sort of down here is where I live. So we had to drive inland, down and back around the guts and back out to Oberon. And the interesting thing is we did catch some snow on the way through. There was actually quite a fair bit of snow on the way through. Now, it's not unusual for snow to fall in this area. It's unusual for snow to fall and for there to be any industry based around it. It's just snow falling and kids having a good time. And on the way through, so we left here at about midday, and we got there. Actually, we left here at 1. We got there about 5:30. And as the snow was falling on the way in a place called Shooters Hill Road, for anyone knowing the area, elevation 1,000 meters above sea level. Hey Siri, what's 1,000 meters in feet?
1,000 meters is 3,280.
So you're looking at about 3,200 feet above sea level. So not unusual for snow to fall at that level. And the temperature, we watched the temperature go from here 19 Celsius in winter on the coast, and every kind of like kilometer or two, the temperature just dropped down, and we ended up driving in like between 0 to 3 degrees Celsius. You can work that out in Fahrenheit, whatever you will, but it got cold enough to snow, so we're driving through snow. It was pretty cool. But then when we got to Oberon, no snow. My sister was gutted. She's like, you because we drove a different way, right? Because we're coming from down the coast. She drove with the kids straight through the Blue Mountains. We came from underneath, and she's like, we didn't even get snow, and we were kind of hoping that it would snow there, but it didn't snow while we were there in the holiday house. But it doesn't matter, you know, it's still fun. So looking back in the chit chat, Face app is amazing. I gotta say, the results of it look incredible. I mean, do I need Face app though? Like, do you want to look look at these crow's feet here and look at these lines here? Like, from what I've seen on this app, it takes these lines and like pushes them further in and gives you like all this growth under your chin. I might try it, but the terms of service, there's a bit of a spit on the microphone there. The terms of service look a little bit dubious. So with that said, what am I reading here? He does when Bennon's drunk GoPro. Do you have UFOs in Sydney? UFOs in Sydney. That's a strange question. UFOs happen anywhere, don't they? It's the bustling outskirts of Bathurst. Yeah. I'm going to Canada. I'm jealous of that. Not even. Have you seen the Area 51 Facebook event? Haven't seen it. My UFO that I found out the back here, clearly, when you think about it, was the RAF doing helicopter training. So we've seen them in the daytime. So if anyone didn't see that vlog I did a time lapse that went over 3 hours, and there was very strange lights doing like if that's the camera, they'd come like and stop and left and up and back and down. And like if you think about each exposure of that was like a 30-second exposure. So for something to sit in the sky at that point without moving for the film span, the timeline of about 20 seconds would mean it would have had to sit there for about 15 minutes and then move to another spot. And obviously, when we've seen it in the daytime, what it is it's these rescue helicopters doing drops into the ocean with people and picking them back up. And they've obviously got to do it at nighttime. They've got to train for all conditions. So I concluded what it was, but it did look very, very strange. But it's not. I mean, it's an unidentified flying object, but it's not an alien, right? It's just it's a helicopter. Luckily, Ben's never been breathalyzed when surfing. Tomorrow, dude, stream 50, we're opening that up, and then I'm going surfing. So there better not be any breathalyzers out there tomorrow. So what have I missed here? What have I missed on the socials since I've been gone? We are going to open this up to general chat, so I'm going to punch in the Discord link at some point. We normally do that around the 30-minute mark, but I feel like because there's no content to roll, I've got some photos I want to show you from the trip, and I want to talk about some things, but maybe we'll open that up at the, say, 25-minute mark. Normally I open up around the 30-minute mark. Maybe we'll go 25. But I'm going to read back through the chat. Have I missed... So what's been happening on YouTube while I've been gone? That's my main concern here. While I've been missing, what have I missed? And looking back, I don't see a lot. Okay, so I'm going to go to Area 51 and storm the aliens GoPro stock. Interesting. Cole Hass in the house. G'day, Cole. How you going? Good to see you, man. Well, look, if anyone wants to tell me what I've been missing on YouTube while we get there, same old travel jet setter. Okay, yeah, no worries. Well, let me show you some pictures. So I'm a photographer. That's my trade. But I've been kind of tailoring off with photography a lot over the last 2 years. Sort of like when Tracer called it quits, my photography is I sort of went into a few different avenues with it, and then it kind of tailored off a little bit. People doxing each other, really? Yeah, okay. G'day, you got to see that surf video. No pressure. What did I miss? A surf video? Where did I see that? Pete R. What's the surf? Oh, the one you sent me in Facebook land. Yeah, okay. If you can post it again here, I can maybe check it if it's worth seeing. Hamish Ferguson still here. Cool, man. Thanks. So yeah, my photography, I've kind of tailored off a little bit, and it's not because I'm not interested in it at all. It's just because I guess kind of living this far down south, it's kind of hard to get to potential clients. The last main gig that I had, the full-time gig, not full-time, but the most consistent gig I had was at the Bottle Shop, which is, man, that goes back at least a year and a half. And I've done some separate shoots, some individual shoots, some glamour stuff, but not much really. I've kind of tailored it right down. But I took all of my gear with me to this holiday, just for those wondering photography-wise. Shooting, my style of photography, especially with glamour stuff, is to overpower the sun. So I love shooting shallow depth of field with maximum lighting. 2.8, basically I shoot at ISO 100, 2.8, and shutter speeds anywhere between 3,000 all the way to 8,000. And the only way you can do that is by using high-speed sync or hypersync, depending on which camera brand you have. I'm shooting with Canon, but my lighting is Elinchrom. And Elinchrom have a Ranger RS head, which is this big-ass 1,100 watt battery pack. So you can overpower sun like you wouldn't believe. You could shoot an overpowering sun, if you're not sure what that is, it's when the sun is directly behind a subject and you want to kind of like bring it to the side here. The sun is my phone is my sun. So you want to have the sun kind of pretty much, actually, like my light. See my light behind me? That's the sun, right? Let's say. And you want to take a photo from, say, here, and you want to have this exposed, but you want to also have the sun killed, not as bright in the background. Well, that's called overpowering the sun. And I do that with Elinchrom Ranger. I've got a massive softbox. a big what is a deep octa parabol? It's not a deep octa. I forgot a deep octa. A deep parabol. Parabolix. I can't even remember what it's called. It's like 100 centimeters deep and 100 centimeters in diameter. So it's huge. And funnily enough, the first location we chose to shoot in, because it was so freaking cold, we went into a barn, an old sheep barn, which is incidentally where I was getting my 4G connection to upload my daily vlogs. We went in there to shoot, so we didn't actually need all that power because there's not a lot of light in there. But I grabbed Claudia and said, you know, she's always bugging me. Oh, Uncle Benny, Uncle Benny, Uncle Benny, Uncle Benny, Uncle Benny, can I shoot? Can we shoot? Can we shoot? I took all my gear there, and because it was so cold, she was not keen. So I took her inside, and we did some funky stuff here in the sheep shearing shed. Now, what you're seeing here is, I guess, some kind of thing to hold sheep up. Now Claudia's gone and jumped on it like the nutter she is. I just said get up there and do some stuff and I'll shoot. So we had basically with these photos, I'll kind of explain the lighting if you like. Looking straight at her face is the massive deep octa, the parabol. I should find out what it's called exactly. And on the other side of her is a secondary light facing her. All of this stuff is powered from the, I guess I could pull it out, the Ranger RX. So I emailed it to you. Yeah, Pete. Email ain't the best for me, dude. I gotta say. Sheep barn. I thought it was a Kiwi backpacker hostel, says Tim. And so then she got funky, and you know, I mean, look at all the poo there, all the pigeon poo. This thing hadn't been used in years. It's pretty cool little scene actually, and it was warm in there. Well, when I say warm, outside was like pushing -2 or something, and there it would have been. I mean, with the wind chill, it was definitely lower than that, but inside it was kind of warm. So Claudia got funky, and then I tried to do some stuff with, there was this big red thing, mechanical thing. I thought that'd be a bit more, I thought that'd pop more in this photo, but it doesn't. I don't do any post-processing to my images except for sharpening. So what you're seeing here is the colors from the white balance and the lighting. And I thought that red thing would really pop out, and it kind of didn't, which kind of sucked, but Claudia likes that one. And yeah, these tables here, there was a whole bunch of tables and chairs, once again covered in pigeon poo. And I really like I love balancing exposure. So you can see the outside is balanced. The outside light on that sky is balanced beautifully, and the inside light is more artistic, if you like. Got one softbox pointing straight down. Gotta go. No worries, Hamish. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Good to see you, man. Have a great day. Yeah, I love balancing light like this. And Claudia loves that photo too, and I do as well. And that's all shot on the 24-70. So the warping on the sides of the lens is minimal because it's 24-70. On a full frame camera, that's the equivalent of a 35mm frame. Bird poo carries like 60 different diseases, absolutely. And I was very careful with the kids. Wash your hands afterwards. I think Baxter didn't really listen to me, and he picks his nose as well, so he may come down with something, let's be honest. Then I took Baxter outside, and I was talking about overpowering the sun. I got all G'd up, and I'm like, yeah, man, we'll go outside and we'll overpower the sun. That's the sun behind his head, and it was cloudy, so there was absolutely no need for any overpowering. But I still like that image. I still think that's got a good feel to it. And I said to Baxter, if you ever did, like, when I was shooting him, I was thinking about what I do with bands, and I was like, if you ever do anything musically or whatever, that could be a tour poster with the artwork on the side and the dates and whatnot. And he's like, he was loving it. He was just having fun. So I put him up on this thing. Oh no, hang on, we got one more here. I've put him up on that. And I really, really loved shooting this light from the bottom. Just that is a DJ shot, right? You know, like classic DJ shot, just kind of, except for the stick in his hand, but just holding that pose, looking down. Yeah, I really dug that. The only thing I would like to do differently, if I could go back, would be to lower the power on that light underneath him. There's too much pop on him, and you can tell by looking at the sides of the sheep run. It's just got too much. The exposure on that is not balanced with the exposure on the front of the sheep run. But I did have a light above my head exposing that front bit, but I should have lowered the power on the second one. I didn't have an assistant with me, obviously, and like I said, I'm a little bit rusty, and yeah, I need to sort of sit back and really focus my attention. See what I did there? Focus. So we did have a family shot here, which I jumped past, and that's looking off the porch where we sat and where I sat and drank whiskey. That's all coming up in the vlog that I'm creating. That was a beautiful vista, just looking out across the land, and pretty nice. The only thing that needed, a creek. It needs a creek in some kind of gully, and there wasn't one. So that was kind of a bit disappointing. You want to be creek side. You want to be able to like go and look for frogs and lift up rocks and stuff. And we just lifted up cow poo. So there's one with Claudia again. This is the next day. We tried to overpower the sun, and the sun just didn't come out. We pretty much had cloud cover most of the time. Tim says Baxter will be telling his mates that the sunshine's shining out of his ass. Nice. Northrop MJ, great picture. Oh, thank you. Pete says there's been warnings here to stay away from seagulls because of the diseases they carry. Yeah, interesting. Well, Claudia loved the horse. Why the long face? The horses there were pretty tame, actually. Claudia was feeding the horses and having a great time. I quite enjoyed that too. We fed the horses all kinds of food, and it's just fun to be out there. And yeah, there she is having a bit of a peck on the. That horse was really placid, really beautiful. He didn't mind the flash going off either. Mind you, right here, the power on the light is drilled right back to the minimum. You don't want to be blasting the horse with 1,100 watt seconds of power. You do not want to do that. So that's the photos, and I mean, we did enjoy ourselves. Don't get me wrong. Like it was a super cool time. I wished it snowed, and I wish there was a creek, but we had a great time anyway. And the kids will remember it because we, went out and did cool stuff. We went out and Baxter got a Fitbit and he was trying to like clock in at one point, he's trying to get 60 Ks a day in a walk. I'm like, dude, calm down, man. It's a holiday. Just do 30 Ks today. So, Pete says, Tim, and the gulls will steal your French fries to boot, the little criminals. The seagulls here in Australia are notorious for that. They'll take your chips out of your hand whether you like it or not, and no matter what you do, they'll keep coming back. So why don't we pull in the chit chat? We have to post the link. Here comes the link to the Discord. So we are earlier than I thought, but I feel like there could be some things to talk about that I've missed. If anyone wants to jump on the Discord, the linky poo is in the chat right there. Now, what you've got to do to access that is go onto Discord, and I've got to jump in there as well. Go onto Discord. You've got to join the live, what's it called? The channel. Wait for it to load. Go into the Discord server. That gives me a Discord. There's a voice channel, and I joined it. And then we've got to go here and open the lines up. I'll just open those lines up right now. And that should be wait, where are we? This here, that should be the line open, I think. If we can test that, if anyone, I see Travel Jet Setter jumped in there quickly. I'm in there, and Travel Jet Setter, did we actually get a Travel Jet Setter? Are you in the house? Did you want to have, what's on your mind, dude? You got something you want to talk about? I'm seeing him there, but he's not saying anything. Okay, well, in that case, we'll just wait until someone comes in. I can see him in the house, but I can't see him talking. If anyone wants to join, okay, so Happy Canadian says he's in the process of making dinner. No worries, man. If anyone wants to jump in and tell me what I've missed on YouTube in the last 4 days, I'd appreciate that. I hear someone. Did you hear that? I heard that. We'll just wait and see if they come in. In the meantime, I guess I could go to YouTube and have a look-ski, right? Let's go to YouTube here. Go to YouTube. I don't want to sign in. What have we missed on the YouTube machine? Our new music streaming service is here. I don't want to do that. Travel Jet Set is having difficulties by the look of it, by the sound of it. So let's go to the YouTube homepage. Oh, it's going to promote that, is it? Trending? Do you guys go to trending? I never go to trending. But I don't have subscriptions anymore, so I guess I normally, this is how my YouTube experience works. I go to search and I search up a channel, and that's where I go to find out what's happening. Usually, like if I'm going to do the news, it's usually Philly D, Drama Alert to a lesser degree. But in terms of subscriptions. I don't have any, so maybe I'm going to change that actually. This is interesting. This new tab up here. Interesting. Oh God, Tanya's friends doubt her relationship with Jake Paul. Do we want to watch that? We don't want to watch that, do we? Pastry chef attempts to make gourmet pop rocks. Nothing really that interesting here, is there? I sold my G-Wagon. Wow. Selling a car gets 1.8 million views. Maybe I should sell Stevan. Yeah, there's not a lot. I mean, trending is woeful, isn't it? Travel Jet Setter, I can see you in the house now. Are you talking, dude? I can't hear. I can see him talking. Let me just bump out of there. Let me go back here. Travel Jet Setter, have I got you there, man? Can you hear me, Travel Jet Setter? I mean, I got volume output there, and I just can't hear him. I'm in the chat. I haven't muted you. User volume. No, you're not muted. You got to get your mic sorted, man. Looks like rubbish. Yeah, Pete, give me something to watch, man. Tell me what's been going on in the. Tell me what I've been missing here on the YouTube. If you got anything, hit that link up. You mentioned that surfing video, but is it copyrighted? Will I get copyright flagged for that? I don't want to get copyright flagged. Travel Jet Setter's definitely having issues with his microphone there. I can see me in the chit chat. I can't see him. I can hear. So you guys can hear that volume going up and down, right? Yeah, of course you can. So he's there. He just needs to talk. Needs to get his mic on. Or someone else needs to jump in. In that case, if no one wants to help out, let's cruise back. Let me go and have a look at... Where was I going to go? I had something planned. Travel Jet Setter, you're talking, but you don't have a mic plugged in. It's Mick Bergsma's channel. Let's go and have a look, eh? Mick Bergsma. Mick. Oops, I spelt that completely wrong. My fingers are all over the shop. Mick Bergsma. Okay. Looks like a cool guy. Okay, we'll pull this up. We'll see what he's got here. Oh yeah, I know this guy, of course. This is definitely copyrighted content here. And he's probably using Epidemic sound as well, so we're gonna have to watch it without any volume. And I see Travel Jet Setter dropped out of the chat, so yeah, he's having a shocker there. Mindy's in the chat. G'day, Mindy. Mindy's joined, but she's just probably turning her mic on. Yeah, I don't think we can watch this content as much as I'd want to with these thumbnails. I've seen a lot of this guy's content, and I'm pretty certain a lot of it is. I mean, we can watch it without volume, right? Surfing dumps. There you go. Let's make sure we kill the volume there. We've already killed it. Mindy in the house. Can you hear me, Mindy?
Yeah. I hear you fine.
Mindy's there. I'm not sure why Travel Jet Setter had trouble there, but you're here.
Oh. Yeah, I just figured I'd call to make sure it was working okay.
Well, I appreciate that. Can everybody hear Mindy fine in the chat? I just want to make sure. And we're rolling this Mick Bergsma channel as we talk, so we can have some visuals while we confirm the audio is good. How are you, Mindy?
I'm good. I was just watching that video of that surf.
Oh, you were watching it, were you?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, I'd love to get waves like this. Like these are sort of mellow rolling waves without, like, not steep takeoffs. Look at this one's beautiful. Yeah, I'm jealous of this stuff. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they look more predictable.
Yeah, totally. And once you get on one, there's more chance for you to start maneuvering around. Whereas I'm kind of, my waves don't last very long at all. So I'm kind of fighting to get something out of it, if you like.
Right, right. You really have to kind of manipulate those waves and try to get what you can.
Yeah, totally. I see Faffy Day joined. Faffy Day, g'day.
Hello, what's going on?
How are you, man?
Hey, Faffy Day.
I'm pretty good. Hello, Mindy.
Good to see you in
Hi.
here again. Everyone's having a great time, chit-chatting. Stalkerbot are in the house, but I think his microphone's muted. I'll just have a look at that. Yeah, I muted Stalkerbot because he had issues once before. Stalkerbot, you're in the house, dude. How you going? Nope, he's not happening there. Faffy Day,
He's
anyway.
muted.
How's your week been, Faffy Day?
Oh yeah, I've been pretty good. I got my first payment on YouTube, so I'm pretty proud of that.
Ah,
Oh, awesome.
rad. Do you mind sharing what you pulled in there? If you don't, you don't have to. But
Oh, I got a screenshot in the chat from last Sunday, which says my earnings $100, 101.97. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. Just having a bit of trouble getting it out of YouTube. So yeah.
congrats, man. I see the screenshot there now. 101.97. That's awesome, dude. First payment from YouTube. That's rad.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised when I got it because I got $20 my first month and then I got 80 the second month. So yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Well, dude, that's fantastic. You must have had a video that got more views. You must have had more watch time in that second month.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really notice it though. I had $20. Maybe it was because I started on a partial month. I'm not sure.
That could be it, yeah. That could be it. I also do a small thing where actually, no, this has changed, hasn't it? I used to...
Hello.
Whoa, Travel Jet Setter, how you going, buddy? You finally got your mic
Yes,
working.
finally I got it together. It's the dang on settings on the phone.
Your volume's kind of loud there, Travel Jet Setter. If you can just drop it back a little.
Sorry, I'll turn it down.
Just a smidgen. Yeah, what I was going to say, Faffy Day, I was once using American currency, and then when you convert it to Aussie, it would be even bigger and higher. It'd be like, yeah! But I think they've changed that now. Like, the currency is your local currency.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's got Australian dollars on mine.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I see A there for Australian. Yeah. Well, congrats, man. That's a great start. Like I was saying to you the other day in the chat, if you can sort of continue to do that, that could be your first part-time job, if you like. If you
Yeah, my first job.
totally. That's a monthly earning of $100, which that's not a great deal, but it's a great start. It's more than I earned at the Shell service station.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Totally. Mindy, when does your vacation start? You're off pretty soon, aren't you?
Right. Well, it doesn't start until the last week in August.
Okay,
So
okay.
still a few weeks away.
Okay, so you got a little whiles of time. And you're heading to the coast, aren't you, for surfing, possibly?
That's right. I'm going to California to San Diego.
Damn, jealous of that. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's paradise there. It's so nice. It has every single ecosystem there within 30.
Oh, we just lost Mindy. I think she was going to say 35 minutes. No, there she is.
Oh, can you?
I heard you, but you dropped out slightly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. My cord might be a little iffy.
Oh, okay. You said 35 minutes, you were going to say?
Yeah, like you can be at the beach in San Diego and just drive half an hour and be out in the mountains. And in the winter, there's snow out in the mountains there, and then drive 30 more minutes and you're in desert. It's really wild.
That's insane. That's insane. I was thinking of that too on our holiday out to the to Oberon. I was thinking if it did snow here while we were there, the day that we leave, if I went back and had a surf, that'd be pretty rad to be in the snow and then in the surf later on the same day. But when I got back, it was just not. I was so tired, to be honest, when I returned home yesterday. I was half thinking about not doing this live stream this morning and waiting a day, and then I thought, no, I'm back, I'm here, got stories to tell, so I'm gonna talk about it and show them. So, yeah.
Cool. I love those pictures. Those were beautiful.
Well, thank you very much. That's kind of inspired me to start shooting again. Like I've got to buy 2 new light stands. That's one thing I noticed from this shoot. My light stands are all broken and busted. So buy new light stands and then get out there and start shooting again.
Cool.
And probably share that with the givers as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I just bought some new fins for my trip, so I'll have some good fins to snorkel with.
Oh, very good, very good. With the idea of fins for me, I've got a size 11 foot, so I don't use them. But I've had people say to me before, when you're doing all these snorkel mask reviews, you don't even wear fins. It's like, yeah, well, if you had a size 11 foot, you wouldn't need fins either.
Right.
But I have tried them, and you know what they're great for? Walking over rocks to get to the water's edge when it's like oystery and crusty and crunchy. Walk on those
Yeah,
fins.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the fins I got actually have a shoe tread on the bottom.
Yes,
And-
I've seen these.
And they've got like a neoprene sock that's built into them, so your whole heel and ankle is covered.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Do you know what brand they are?
I can't remember just a minute. They're in the other room here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Faffy Day, what's your plans for the weekend?
Once again, I've got like actually no idea, but I'm going to Miranda later today, so that'll be pretty good.
Okay. Explain to the viewers what Miranda is to our international audience.
Well, Miranda, it's basically what everyone calls it's just big shopping center, and yeah, it's got lots of cool stuff in it, and everyone likes to just hang out there every weekend normally. Sometimes just meet up, I guess.
It's a mall, a mall on steroids, a huge mall. Been there
That's
for
a pretty good
years.
way to put it.
Yeah, yeah. We used to go there as kids back when I was, your age, and it was massive back then. Then they renovated it and made it even bigger and bigger and bigger. We used to know it as Miranda
Cool.
Fair, but I think it's just called Westfield now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Westfield. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool, man.
Do you have amusement park rides in the mall, or?
Wow.
Oh no, I think it's that sort of stuff. It's sort of just shopping center. You can get groceries, do other stuff,
Okay.
buy clothes, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. I've heard of those amusement parks inside Canadian malls. Was that where you're going with that, Mindy? Or
Yeah. Well, we have a couple really big malls. None in my state, but Mall of America, which I think is up in Minnesota or Michigan. It's up north, and they've got water slides.
It's
they've
in the
got-
Twin Cities, Mindy.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's in Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Okay.
awesome.
Cool.
Water slides in
And
a mall.
but they've got everything there. Yeah.
So
What do you
Mall
do?
of America, I cannot. Yeah. So Mall of America is like this big mall in the Minneapolis, St. Paul area, and it's this big mall. Like every store you can think of, like it's in that mall, and they have like amusement rides and other stores and it's like rides and
Insane.
it's like yeah.
Pete R in the chat says Georgia is what I call a cheap version of California. 4 hours to the Gulf or the ocean, 2 hours to the mountains, and you can afford a house.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
Yeah,
speaking of
yeah.
of which, yes, I am down here in Fort
Lauderdale.
Lauderdale.
Awesome. How's it going for you? How's the
Yes.
job hunting?
It's good. I got some interviews coming up. I'm gonna be visiting with my family in nearby West Palm Beach,
Okay.
which is about an hour north of Fort Lauderdale. So I probably will be going there tomorrow to visit with my father's side of the family in West Palm Beach.
Okay, beautiful. I'm just bringing up
Yeah.
a map of
So
I'm just bringing up a map of Fort Lauderdale for those who want to see where it's at. But keep talking.
yeah, so I'm gonna be going to neighboring West Palm Beach, which is about an hour north of Fort Lauderdale,
Very nice.
to visit with my father's side of the family there. So
Interesting. They've got
and
a
I
Holly-
actually
they've got a
used to
Hollywood there as well.
I'm sorry.
I interestingly see they have a Hollywood there in Fort Lauderdale or in Florida as
Yes,
well.
they do. Yeah, it's It's south. It's right on the border when you get set to enter the Miami-Dade um, county. When you get set to enter the Miami area, yeah, it's like right on that border
Yeah.
of Miami-Dade County, and then where Fort Lauderdale is, that's Broward County.
Is that where your
Where
family's
Fort
from, or you just gone down there for?
that's where some of my father well, they're originally from West Palm Beach, which is about an hour north of Fort Lauderdale.
Gotcha.
But I used to live near Fort Lauderdale when I was a little kid. I lived 30 minutes north of Fort Lauderdale. So I lived in the Fort Lauderdale area for a little bit when I was younger. I left Milwaukee and I moved down there in 1993.
Okay.
1993, I left Milwaukee and moved down to the Fort Lauderdale area. I lived in a little town called Delray Beach,
Okay.
which is about 30 minutes north of Fort Lauderdale, and lived there for 3.5 years. And that's actually when I met my extended side of my father's side of the family
Okay.
down there, and other things, but we can go into that another time.
What is the ocean like there on that coast? Like, do you get into the water when you're down there and
Oh
surf?
yes, it's blue. Well, and when you go 30 minutes south of Fort Lauderdale, when you get into Miami, like the water is all blue, all
Beautiful.
turquoise blue when you get down to Miami. 30 minutes south of Fort Lauderdale, but when you in Fort Lauderdale, the water is like clear. It's
Wow.
like you can literally see through the water.
Very nice. Do we
And
have the
that's and
chance of
all and
seeing?
this is on the Atlantic side.
Okay. Is there a
It's
possibility we
on
could see a
the
travel
Atlantic
jet
side.
setter wave a day project?
They don't get waves like that.
Okay. Okay.
On that side of Florida, because that's on the Atlantic coast. That
Okay.
sits on the Atlantic Ocean.
So there's no swells coming through there at that point, is there?
There's no swells. It's like waves, but it's flat waves.
Hey, have you seen my wave a day project the last 3 days? Come on, man. I'm
Yeah,
struggling to
no.
find anything here as well.
Yeah, Miami and Fort Lauderdale and West Palm Beach and Delray Beach don't get those kind of waves. They get like flat waves. Like it's big waves, but it's flat.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's not heavy like, in Australia.
Could do it.
Even on the Gulf of Mexico side of Florida in Tampa, they don't get no waves at all. It's just light waves. And that's on the Gulf of Mexico side of Florida. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I've got a
Big
guy
Tampa.
a guy I used to watch on YouTube a lot, Juke Squad. I don't know if you know Juke Squad. He's from down that way. He gets out and surfs and jumps off tall buildings in the water and stuff, and it looks beautiful. The conditions in the ocean there just look insane.
Is it what, in Tampa or in Fort Lauderdale?
I don't know. Well, hang on. He
Okay.
has sunsets, so it's got to be on Tampa side, right? He's on the western side, I guess, if he's got sunsets going down.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the Gulf of Mexico side.
Okay. G'day, Beyond Beauty. Beyond Beauty just joined the chat. And Tim Arskog says you could do a vlog on the Bermuda Triangle while you're down there.
No, I'm nowhere. That's right by the Bahamas, and I'm not gonna be doing that.
No. What have you ever thought about
That's
going out
right
there
by the Bahamas.
to the Bahamas and get work out on an island or something?
I'm sorry.
Have you thought about heading out to the Bahamas and maybe looking for work out there? I know you want to work in the airport.
No, I like it in Florida. It's in that part of Florida is a melting pot of a lot of different things down here. Like, I mean, it's just a melting pot of like all just. I met people from Australia.
Nice.
I met people from Cuba. A lot of Cubans live down here.
Cool.
A whole lot of Cubans.
Very nice.
And people from the Caribbean and South America, they all live in this region of Florida a whole lot.
Okay.
A lot of Europeans. A lot of people from Haiti. There's a big Haitian population down here from Haiti.
Right.
Cubans and the Haitians been down here for years. They've been here for like 50 something years. They immigrated to this area,
Okay.
so they've been down here for years. So
Mindy, just
a
just
lot
to,
of
just to
yeah, a
cut
lot
in
of
there,
people from
travel jet
South
setter.
America, and yeah.
Mindy, on your vacation
Yeah.
that's coming up, are you planning on making extra content? Are you planning on? I know you shoot videos and put them,
Oh,
some
for
Facebook.
sure.
Yeah. What's your?
I am, and
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was. My nephew, Jake, who's going to be down there with me, has a YouTube channel too, and he's 21 and he's really tech savvy, and he takes pictures and videos of his friends surfing, and he catches them right in the middle of a barrel, and so he has a lot of expertise on videography and photography in the ocean, and so he's going to help me out, and I'm thinking I'll be making some really cool videos with him with his help.
Well, that sounds awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And you bought that cheaper GoPro, right? Or you
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'll have that with me, and then he's got a number of GoPros himself, and a really nice. I'm not sure what kind of camera, but he's got a real nice professional camera with a water housing.
Oh, very nice.
So
Very nice.
so yeah, so the it'll be really interesting. And oh, the fins I got are made by Wildhorn.
Wildhorn Outfitters. Yes, they make
Yeah.
the Seaview 180, which is what made my channel.
Yeah.
Know those guys very well. They're actually a really good product. You're gonna really enjoy that.
Yeah, I walked around the house in them, and it felt really comfortable to just walk around. I mean, you have to kind of take big steps since you got a little bit of fin extending from the toe, but
Yes.
I think I'm really going to like it.
Hey, g'day, Was just joined from Oz. Was from Oz. You changed your handle, Was? I think it was Warren Jordan before, wasn't it? Yeah, nice. Good to see you in here. And Captain Bastos says, "Is this still live?" I hope it is. We've been chit chatting, having a great time. Yes, it is still live, Captain Bastos. I hope we are anyway. I can see I'm watching the stream on two computers, and it looks good.
I feel live.
Yeah, I feel live too. I mean, if I'm not live, something's going wrong. Pete R says he needs to make scuba videos. Just got back from Jamaica. I'm so lazy. So you've got the footage. You just need to sit down and edit it. Just get into it, man. Captain, was the internet in Milan supplied by the Australian government, seeing as though it's poor quality? Let's not get into the internet issues. I mean, how about this? We've come back from a stream, from a holiday for me, and this has been a flawless stream. So I don't understand. I mean, like I said, we've got the NBN almost here, and I'm seething at the bit to get it connected, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens, whether it's better. Captain says, glad you guys feel alive, and Was says, yeah, bud, change is as good as a holiday. Totally, man, totally. Yeah, I can agree with that. The holiday that I just had was fantastic, but I'm really pumped to be back, and tomorrow, I'm just going to say it again, tomorrow we are opening up that Jack on the stream. It's a 10th stream, so that's going to be a lot of fun. If you want to join us in that chat, I'll be opening up the live chat again at some point, but there'll be a super quick wave a day. We'll be back, and I've got some other ideas of content I want to show you and talk about urbexing, actually. Some magazines I found during my urbex and what I plan on doing with them. But I know that Mindy and Travel Jet Setter can't hear this, but the outro baseline is rolling. This has been a 49-minute stream. It's been fun. Thanks for stopping by, everybody, and I'll see you all tomorrow at the same time. Gives a Minute live stream. Cheers. Oh, that's we're out of time.